exactly where she wants to go. Really? She just peed. Oh, okay, here we go. Jesus, Tasha, you're making me tired this time. Totally can't see any of this, but it is super windy and wavy. Tasha's like, nope. Let's go. Another rant. So, beautiful weather today. Yesterday it was like 80-ish. Yeah, probably like 80 and sunny. So it was a little more, I mean, it was warm. And then at night it dropped down to like the high 60s. So when I woke up actually before I went to bed last night, I opened up the windows, you know, turned the AC off, opened up the windows. Feels amazing in the house. It was like 68 in here when I woke up. You know, so today it's beautiful weather, nice and sunny, no rain, no wind, but it's like, I don't know, maybe 72 degrees outside. So it's still really nice, but it's not hot. Still got the windows open, right? These people and their damn dog. Mind you, there's people all over here, like tons of them. And I don't know if you guys can hear in the background, but that dog is just nonstop, just yapping. Just yap, 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 yap. And then it'll stop for about 30 seconds to a minute and then do it again for 2 minutes straight. None of them are even looking at the dog. Like, it is right running around them doing this, and they're not even fazed by it. I hate people so much. So inconsiderate. Like, nobody, and on top of, like, you know, a dog bark, like, this dog literally yaps. I mean, this dog is screaming as it's barking. Like, come on. Like, do you not understand how rude and inconsiderate that is? I don't want to hear that. I'm not saying your dog cannot bark. Dogs bark. It is what it is. Our little dogs bark. But you know what? When I let him outside or we're outside together and I hear him start barking, I holler at him and say, hey, quit barking. You know, come here. Quit doing what you're doing. Stop barking. I take care of it. You know, if they don't stop barking, they're coming inside. These people, and again, like, it's not like a, this is the first time it's happened thing either. Every time this dog goes outside, just bark, 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 bark. But yeah, so I'm off work now. So with my LED lights for the wheels, my rings don't really look like anything. I mean, it's a circle that goes on the wheel. But you see all these wires. I gotta clean these up and basically turn 5 sets of wires into one plug. So I'm waiting on some stuff from Amazon. I got like some wire loom and a couple little connectors I need. And then theoretically I should be able to go, I mean, I can't throw them on. I have to like finish them and then do all the wiring and stuff. But this is the hard part. So hopefully, I would love to be done with them today. I don't know if that's possible. Definitely gonna get those brow lights on because I got the adhesive for those. But yeah. Tasha.
Are you fearless in your inner thigh? Right here? God, I am.
Tasha.
Tasha? Come here. I think it's because this seat.
A good girl?
Tasha, who's a good girl? You wanna? Yeah. Are you having fun? Showing you.
It's a perfect little look.
Oh, it is.
Oh, I need a bike with gears. Tasha, come on.
No, baby, come on. Let's go.
It's gotta stop everywhere.
I think it's cool to see kids out playing.
All right. Is there like adjustments on it?
It has the Velcro piece that you could tighten underneath.
You can
it.
try.
I think I could. I think she fit in it.
Mm-hmm.
topo? No.
No.
I like it though.
You guys, I need some help. I need you guys to find me and send me a box of motivation. That would be great. Actually, speaking of sending me something, been meaning to put this in a video. Well, not that I keep forgetting, but somebody sent Shelby a package. So people have been asking. I've had a couple people say it on my channel about a PO box. I just don't really feel. I mean, because you got to pay for them, to be honest with you. You know, so that kind of sucks. But Shelby was thinking about doing one when she gets like 10,000 subscribers. So I was like, you know, we'll just go in like half and half on it. You know, we can just share one or whatever. But people have been sending her stuff, and they're just using Jake's PO box. You know, Angry Grandma's. So they sent her a package and threw this in there for me, which is really cool. It's a keychain, just like a little rubber. I do apologize if it's like a character for like a game or something that I'm not recognizing. It reminds me of Minecraft though, but it's a sweet little key ring, so appreciate that. Huge shout out. I've got so many not keychains, but key rings. So I've got this one, which is like for both one's my car, one's Shelby's car, our house key. Then I've got this one for the town car, and then I've got also another one for the town car, and then I've got the Slingshot one, and then I've got this one, which is like a bunch of spare keys. So definitely could use a key ring. So again, I appreciate that. And they actually spelled my name right, which is awesome. Normally people spell it B-R-A-I-N, which is brain. Brian is B-R-I-A-N. So appreciate that. They sent Shelby something too. Keychain, like a fluffy one. Literally her favorite stuff. Like anything like fluffy, poofy, pink, stuff like that. But anyways, so these wheel rings I'm building for the Slingshot. And I think I talked about them in a video. So what I had to do for each one is take the spool of LEDs, because these wheel rings, if you buy them, they're like $700. I'm not paying that, because the LEDs themselves are 60, 70, 80 bucks, and then the wheel rings, you know, that you put the LEDs on are like $20 worth of scrap metal. So I bought 3 spools of LEDs, because it's like 1 spool per wheel, because I'm doing 4 rows, you know, like 4 strips across, like 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, and then all the way across or whatever. So each wheel takes a whole spool, and then I cut them to size, and then I solder on my own, you know, ends of them or whatever. And then they look like this. So I'm not entirely happy with them, I'm not even gonna lie. But, I mean, they're there, you know, so. These two back here, like these shorter mounts, mount to the brake caliper, and then this one mounts to the front, like the wheel speed sensor or whatever. But you can see there's like 4 strips, and they go all the way around, and then I did one on the inside, so there's 5 strips per wheel. So these are already like brighter and have more LEDs than I think almost any of the ones you can buy. And I am like, it was $28 for the aluminum, and let's see, I needed 3 spools, because I got 3 wheels, and each wheel took a whole spool. So we'll say about $60 for the LEDs and about 10 bucks worth of wiring. So less than 100 bucks, and I'll have like arguably the brightest wheel lights. But I'm not super satisfied with them. They're not like a perfect circle, because I just kind of bent them by hand, and I don't know, like I'm going up and down. I'm in the air about actually mounting them on there, but I probably will. And then I'll probably end up buying a pair of the wheel rings that are already made, and then do my own lights on them, because you can buy the wheel rings for, it's about 200 bucks, which is a lot of money. I'm not buying them anytime soon. That would be like a winter project, because riding season is unfortunately almost over anyways. But anyways, with those, I also bought a bunch of extra spools of LEDs to do, like, you know, underglow, like on the bottom, and like some lights behind our head and stuff like that. And I've been working on that, because today is Thursday, before Labor Day, so I've got Saturday, Sunday, and Monday off. So hopefully doing a lot of cruising. Somebody was talking about doing like a almost because people who are from Detroit are really proud of it. Like it's, you know, they're really proud of the city. And I'm not saying like I'm not, but I'm not from it, so you know I don't share that same pride. But I do love the city. Like there are areas, of course, there are areas that, you know, they portray on TV and stuff like that that are terrible. Like you don't want to stop at a stop sign in these areas. But there's like areas downtown where it's gorgeous. You know, just it's all new. Like there's just tons of people. You know, tons of businesses. You know, everything's booming. Like it's beautiful area. People just go down there to walk and, you know, just see the sights and stuff. But in the Detroit Slingshots group on Facebook, some guy had mentioned, you know, like we never really went on like a picture ride. I don't know what the term he used was, but you know, he was talking about like going for a ride and, you know, stopping at like iconic spots and taking pictures, you know, with your Slingshots parked out front. And you know, you guys probably know me. If you guys have been watching long enough, you know I love taking pictures and videos. You know, I got my Canon camera. I got the T7i. I got a few different lenses. But I'm like, that is my dream cruise. You know, dream cruise. You know, is to go out with a bunch of other slings and just take pictures in front of, you know, whether it's like graffiti, you know, alleyways or, you know, iconic buildings or, you know, even the old abandoned stuff is really cool to me. And, you know, so we're trying to get something like that organized for this weekend. And then Monday, we're having a dinner at my mom's house with my grandpa and them. So probably a pretty busy weekend, pretty good content, hopefully. But anyways, though, I want to get these lights done because, you know, if we're taking pictures, you know, I want all this stuff that I'm about to do done. That would be cool. I started doing the underglow and, you know, all the random light strips because I still have to make one more mount for the back wheel. I have to figure out, like, because the rings mount back here and then one up here, you know, so they're stable because they are aluminum, so they'd kind of bounce a little bit. I've got to figure out the front mount for the back ring because right now it would just be too weighted down. It would just be bouncing around and flopping. But right now I've got two strips on the bottom, you know, going along each side. And then I've got two, like those things behind your head, that like roll cage looking thing, that's called a roll hoop. I've got one in each of those. And then I've got two strips on the back, like going down. And these are like the ones that are like directional, you know, so it's not just like one solid color, which are really easy to wire. These ones are easier to wire because there's only 3 wires per strip, but they're directional, you know, so like if you want it to go front to back, you have to wire each one in order like that. And that's what I'm trying to do, which is why it's being so complicated. I've got to use like a little signal amplifier because I've got so many. And when I do the ones that I'm doing now, when I do the wheels, I'm going to tie these into the same system. That way they all have the same pattern going at the same time and they're all on and off at the same time. So it's a lot of wiring, which hopefully I can have done here in the next hour because tonight is Thursday, which they do like a bike night thing in Detroit, which is it's a bunch of motorcycles and slingshots and even people that have bikes, you know, but they drive their cars or whatever. But it's just like you guys see in my videos when I go hang out with the Slingshot group. It's just a bunch of us in a parking lot, you know, music playing. I think at the bike night there's like some vendors, you know, maybe like a food truck and, you know, ice cream truck, you know, obviously people got drinks and stuff like that. I work tomorrow, but, you know, I know unfortunately I had this thing jacked up both Monday and Tuesday when Shelby was off, so we couldn't really go for a ride, and she hasn't ridden in it a lot and she loves riding in it. So I told her, I was like, you know what, tonight, I've never went to this specific bike night, so I'm like, you know what, she gets off at 10:30, which sucks, and again, I gotta be to work at 5:30 a.m., so I usually get up around 4. So I was just like, you know what, we'll shoot up there to this when you get off work, because I'll be up. It's easy for me to stay up. I'll just be tired tomorrow. Long story long, I'm gonna go out there, try to finish those up. I want to get those done. That way I'll at least finally have some kind of lights. Like I got the ones in the floorboards, like on the inside, but that's really only for me because you only see that when you're inside of it. So I'll finally have like some cool stuff on the outside. And then tomorrow I would actually like to get the wheel rings done. But I want to try to get those done today so I can go upstairs, get those done like now, the stuff I'm working on out there. Get that done like in the next hour. That way I can go upstairs, take a shower, and then take like an hour, 2-hour nap, which would be really cool. So I will see you guys here in a second. It's actually looking like it's gonna rain. But yeah, so I got this thing up on jack stands. So let's show you what I'm doing. So I've got a strip right there and right there. Now those are wired to go from the top down. And then I've got these ones on both sides. These go from inside right here and around. So these will go like this, and then these go down. And then the front ones, you can't really see, but it starts like almost behind the wheel, and it goes all the way back here to under here. So project for this thing in the winter, because all this wiring, like I always get rushed to do it, all this stuff will be rewired, and then you won't see any wires. Everything will be in a nice wire loom. This is all going to get cleaned up. So basically what I'm doing right now is combining all these into 3 wires, just like this. You've got a ground, positive, and then the data wire, which is basically like how it communicates and tells it what color to do or whatever, like what pattern. So this is the little amplifier. So this is the controller. I control this with my phone, and then this goes into the amplifier, which allows me to connect, 1.5 million of these strips. I'm out of breath. I'm out of shape, man. Well, I mean, I guess to be fair, I was just crawling on the ground up and down and under the Slingshot for the past hour. It's been about an hour and a half. I came out here and I was just staring at the stuff like, I don't even know where to begin. I noticed that about myself too, like, same thing when I was wiring up my buddy's boat. It's just like, I get overwhelmed and then I just like shut down. My brain's just like, nope. So, got everything done. So I've got this wireless switch, and because I have, like, the little controllers they come with are enough to control about 1 spool, maybe 2 spools, but I've got over 2 spools on what you see here, so I can't use the controller to power it, which kind of sucks, but it's no big deal. So I got this wireless switch. It's like 4 switches and it's remote control, on, hit it on, back off, D is my lights on the inside. So when I hit D, the floor lights come on, like they change color. So A turns the controller on and B turns the lights on. And through the controller, I can actually turn the lights off, but I'd rather not have them have power at all times. So I wired up B just to be safe, which this is all irrelevant. So oh shoot, how can I do that? See, the issue is I control it with my phone, which is what I'm recording on. So I'll probably just like record some different patterns and just show you guys. I'll just have to do it without, showing you guys the app. But let's, I guess we'll start back here. So turn the controller on with A, and then B turns the lights on. So let me turn these off. Oh, perfect timing. So you can see it kind of like, hopefully you guys can see that decently. And then actually, let's turn so that's the interior lights. Those are floor lights. Those are just solid color, but it changes color. This is RGB. So it can be red, green, blue, yellow, pink, orange, whatever, but only one color. Whereas these, each individual LED can be a different color. This is addressable, or digital, or dancing, whatever. So you can see the side here. Again, I do apologize about the terrible angles. But the cool thing about these is, they color chase. They do all these different patterns. So any color you want, pretty much any kind of like combination of colors, it all matches. Kind of flows from back here and then, hits these ones. And then we've got the front. Which, as you can see, like I said, it starts in the middle and it kind of flows out. And when I'm done, there's going to be probably twice as many LEDs on here. This was just kind of like a quick, give me some kind of lighting type of job, because I really didn't have anything, when we're parking these parking lots, I didn't really have anything cool to show off. And then, it's not about like showing off, but you know what I mean? Like all these other guys got the big wheels and, murals on their hoods and all kinds of crazy decals and lights. And then there's me, you know, I got the purple and I got the halos, but most of my stuff was cool when the thing was running and we were driving. So finally got some eye candy when it's parked. So let me go ahead and show you some different patterns. So here's a purple one. Of course we like purple. And this one, it's just purple. It just kind of flows out. So you can see it just all kind of matches. It's so cool when you take the time up and wire them properly. And then, you know, obviously the side goes like that. The back, you know, flows down. And through the camera, I can't really tell if it looks good or bad, but in person, it's really vivid and cool. So how's bike night?
You know what? It was nice.
My last clip, I was telling them how I was taking a nap.
It's cold out right now.
I feel good.
What is it?
1 o'clock.
It's 1 in the morning.
65.
Mind you, he works at 3 in the morning. It's 65 degrees, but it feels probably like 50.
Mm-hmm. Is it fun? Your first experience?
It was, and then some. It was. I don't know. Anything I do with him is fun, so I don't care. He's got me in a parking lot at 1 in the morning, and if
that wasn't the answer I was looking for. It was an absolute fail. We drove an hour and pulled in and left because they were all leaving, and then we were going to drive downtown Detroit, and we didn't run out of gas. We were almost running out of gas, so we stopped at 3 different gas stations.
I said 3 times the charm.
Yeah. First gas station, the buttons didn't work. Second gas station, it would just freeze. Third one, we got gas, and then we're trying to leave in a hobo, I guess, crackhead.
I don't know.
A fella with a lot of nice stories about how money could really help him out while he's holding a wad of money in both hands.
Yeah, and it wasn't just $1 because he had a 20 in his hand.
Yeah, he had a wad of money, and then he had a couple 20s in the other hand.
Really nice guy. But I mean,
wouldn't
you never
stood
know.
like in front of us almost, like as we were leaving the exit, and then like looked away the whole time he was talking to us.
Yeah, but then you think he was walking away and leaving, but then
he'd like come back.
Yeah, and then I almost thought that at some points when he's telling his stories, he was getting pissed off at us. And I'm just when he was saying stuff like not at us, but I mean I guess he was getting pissed, and I was like
really, really heartfelt. And then
I was like,
as soon as he low-key asked for money, and I said I didn't have cash,
no, he didn't just do that. He did this.
Oh yeah,
and
he's like, all right, and then.
Cool guy, really nice, but I mean, it's a shitty thing, the world we live in.
I'm gonna go home.
Okay. I'm freezing.
I'm tired.
I need a blanket.
I gotta be up in a half hour for work.
Well, guys, I'm going on a trip soon, and this is what time I'll be driving us in. So.
Oh my God, right? Why'd you guys let me do that? It's the next morning. It's 4:40. I think when I last looked at the clock, it was like 2:21 or something like that. So I got like an hour, maybe hour and a half of sleep. Today when I get home from work, I'm laying right on this couch. Bailey's gonna curl up with me. I'm gonna put some YouTube on my phone or something. And I'm probably sleeping all day. This is a whole new level of being tired. Alright guys, now I gotta go to work. I'm laying here on the couch. Look at this. This dog is so comfy. It's like, nope, come back. Come on.